Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my WWE 2K GM mode in All Elite Wrestling. This is episode 12, and in today's episode... Excuse me for one moment. Hello? Oh, hey Tony, how's it going? Yeah, no, I was just about to call you back. Kind of in the middle of something right now. Is it urgent or... What? Really? Oh my, this kind of changes the game. I hadn't even heard about it. I'm in the middle of this thing I'm doing right now. This just happened right now? What? So does that mean, are you thinking about going after him or? Yeah, no, I'd love to have him on board. I mean, he's one of the very best big men I've seen. Yeah. That is big. Can we get him right now? Can he be on Dynamite tonight? 90-day no compete. Okay, no compete clause. No, I can work with that. It's almost up. It's up in August. Really? Huh. I mean, we do have an event, don't we, Tony, coming up in August, All Out. So, I mean, I don't know if you're thinking what I'm thinking, but... Exactly. That would be pretty big. Yeah, no, I think we're both on the same page right there. Okay, I'm definitely interested. We'll talk over the details after I'm finished with this thing right here, and I'll get back to you on that. That'll be perfect. All right, amazing. Thank you very much, Tony. Nice speaking to you. All right, bye. Whoa, that is a game changer. That is a game changer. But anyway, sorry about that right there. I just got a little phone call while I was doing the intro. It's not important. You guys probably don't really care about AEW business decisions and whatever I'm talking about. We'll just move on to what you really care about, which is the budget, the likes, and the ratings from last episode. Let's see how much money we've got and how much money we can add onto the current budget and who we want to buy in today's intro. And so after last episode, we were left off with $11,500, but last episode ended up breaking over the 1,000 view threshold, which means that's plus $30,000, and breaking over 100 likes, which means that's an extra plus $20,000 onto the budget, leaving ourselves at $61,500 to spend here today. And by the way, I was looking at the Bible roster for the AEW GM mode series, and we are very close to completing the full roster that we set out at the beginning of the series, so that's very exciting. But I'm going to go ahead and continue buying people off that Bible roster. We're going to spend $10,000 on Big Swole, and so that is definitely a boost to the women's division, but also a boost to the women's division. We're spending $5,000 on Emi Sakura, aka Emi Sakura. Welcome to AEW Dynamite. And as you guys know by now, I really should just put on a piece of merch. DDJ is a man of the independent wrestler, and so there's no AEW Combine match on this episode of Dynamite. That's next week. So, sorry. Just wanted to get my catchphrase out, really. Yeah. Anyway, I'm still going to be spending that $10,000 that we would be spending on the Combine though, because instead of spending it on the Combine participants, we're spending it on TH2, the Hybrid 2, Welcome to AEW Dynamite, Angelico, and Jack Evans. And one final bit of business here in the intro, we're going to go ahead and spend $7,500 on the newly added, if you were keen-eyed and you saw it in the last episode, if you were looking over the roster, Jade Cargill has been added, and she has now been bought for the women's division. So a very women's division heavy intro here, but it's great. Our women's division is looking very nice here on AEW, and it's only going to continue to go up. Invest in the women's division now, because the stocks are only going to rise. And so yeah, we're going to leave the spending there at $29,000 left in the remaining budget, and the reason I'm not going to buy anyone else is because I can't afford the final man on the Bible roster just yet, which of course, if you've been looking at the Bible roster page, it is none other than Paul White. Can't say the other thing. That's not our jurisdiction. So, sorry. But yeah, well, Paul White is $50,000, so we'll probably be able to buy him in the next episode if we want, and then we're done. There's the full roster board. Of course, other than free agent slots, which, I mean, the free agent slots are still there. They're still available and everything. The only free agents I bought in this entire series, in season 1 at least, was the G.O.D, the Gorillas of Destiny. So maybe we buy some more free agents before the series ends, maybe in the finale. Who knows? I guess you'll just have to wait and see, but without any more further ado, I present to you once again, episode 12 of my AEW Dynamite. Like the fuse, bring the boom, dynamite, let's go ignite, welcome to another episode of AEW Dynamite. This is episode 12, and we're kicking things off with the man who is still the AEW World Champion, the best bat machine, Kenny Omega. And speaking of the fact that Omega is champion, it was just 1 week ago on Dynamite where we had that very controversial ending to the Battle Royale to determine a new #1 contender for his title, where of course, as you saw, Moxley went on to win, but Omega would come down to ringside mid-match and eliminate Darby Allin. How is the champion going to explain his actions of last week? We're about to find out. So Moxley, we meet again, and it's clearer to me now than it has ever been before. I beat you at Double or Nothing. I thought I finished you off and killed you at Fight for the Fallen, but I was wrong. It's clear to me what I have to do now, but I'm going to say this to your face, so get your ass out here, Mox. Hang on just a second, Omega, because you got your wish. Here comes Jon Moxley. This is going to be about as heated of a clash as you have ever seen here in AEW Dynamite. We know the history between these two men, and now they're set to meet one last time. We already saw the war they had at Fight for the Fallen and at Double or Nothing, and now we're heading to Mox vs Omega 3. This one is going to be even more combustible than the last. So now that you're here, Mox, clearly we're just destined to fight forever. I can't move on or move to an even greater level until I finish you for good in AEW, so here's what I'm going to propose. At All Out, I'll put my title on the line against you for the last time ever, because if I'm putting my title on the line against you again, it needs to be the end of this, Mox, once and for all. So here's what we're going to do. At All Out, me versus you one more time, my championship against your AEW career. You know what, Omega, as crazy as it sounds, oh my goodness me, business has just picked up. Here comes the man that was screwed over by Omega a week ago in the Battle Royale, Darby Allin. And man, is this man gonna be pissed right now. You know he's gonna be furious after Omega screwed him over in that Battle Royale. He was on course to win the whole damn thing before Moxley would go on to do it himself, but Darby Allin has gotta be pissed. No. Forget your stupid career stipulation. You both know just as well as I do that I belong in this match. These people believe that I belong in this match. I got screwed by you, Kenny, last week. You came out here talking a big game about how you ain't scared of me, and yet, when it looked like I was going to win that Battle Royale to face you at All Out, here you come to eliminate me. What's that all about, Kenny? I think you realize I'm the biggest threat to your title, so you had to get rid of me. It makes sense. Don't get it twisted, you little pipsqueak. I'm not afraid of you whatsoever. I'll beat the shit out of you any night of the week. I just had to send a message because I'm sick and tired of guys like you thinking they can hang with a champion like me. I saved you, if anything, from the embarrassment you would suffer if we faced each other. I don't know how long you two plan on bickering, but I'm getting pretty tired of this. Listen, Darby, you're a good kid, but this isn't your time. I am the rightful #1 contender. I won the Battle Royal, so get to the back of the line if you know what's good for you. For the first time ever, I agree with you, Mox. Get out of here, Darby. This business does not concern you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as the GM, I make the decisions around here, and it's clear to me that both Allin and Moxley have a rightful claim to the AEW World title. Moxley is the #1 contender after last week, but Darby Allin was never rightfully eliminated from that Battle Royal, so in 2 weeks' time, we're going to settle this. As things stand, it's Moxley versus Omega at All Out for the title, but if Darby Allin can beat Moxley in 2 weeks on Dynamite, he will be added to the main event at All Out. And the action continues here in AEW Dynamite, an explosive announcement there. In 2 weeks, if Darby Allin can beat Moxley, he'll be added to the main event at All Out, but right now it is time, speaking of All Out, for more TNT Championship ladder match qualifiers. Lance Archer taking on Trent Beretta. This is going to be an absolute banger, and for Lance Archer, he's a man that says everybody dies for the Murder Hawk Monster. Is about to be the same situation for another AEW competitor in Trent Beretta. We're about to find out here on Dynamite. And a complete side note, by the way, but what a banger of a theme song this is. Everybody Dies. I absolutely love it. A hell of a competitor making his AEW Dynamite debut here in the new era, by the way. First time he's showing up in this GM Mode series. Excited to see what Lance Archer can do. And there they are, Trent Beretta, Chucky T, and Orange Cassidy, freshly squeezed, of course. The best friends making their way towards AEW's ring once again. And for Trent Beretta, what an opportunity this is. I mean, it's one thing to talk about him and Chucky T as a tag team. It's another thing to talk about these three as a trios team. But imagine Trent Beretta going on to All Out and winning the TNT Championship. That's the dream for the best friends. Yeah, you know what, I'm sorry best friends, but when it comes to this TNT Championship qualifying match situation, you might be oh my god, that's 2 losses right there. Nobody kicks out of a brutal DDT right there. You are 0 for 2 best friends. Lance Archer is qualified. He's heading to All Out. It was a great back and forth match between Trent Beretta of the best friends and Lance Archer, but in the end, Aubrey Woods counts the pin after that spiked DDT. Look at this, my goodness me. To Trent Beretta, Lance Archer absolutely decimates him, and he's heading to All Out, and my god, he's gonna be a force. The Murder Hawk Monster in a ladder match. If I'm in that match, I don't want to be in that match is my point. Congratulations to Lance Archer, we'll see him at All Out. Well, I certainly don't need to introduce this absolute beast of a woman, flanked by, of course, Brandy Rose, the only standing member of the Nightmare Collective, the first member of the new Nightmare Collective, as Brandy Rose called it, and what a first member it was. Honestly, I don't think you need any other members, Brandy Rose. You made a good investment right here in a woman who is absolutely pissed, and there's no understatement about it.
8 million ways to die.
It was a week ago in AEW Dynamite, just a few days removed from the brawl that these two women, that Shida and Awesome Kong, got into a fight for the Fallen, and Shida basically saying, hey, I challenge you to a rematch, Kong. It is your move now. And of course, challenging her to a Falls Count Anywhere no holds barred match at All Out in a couple of weeks for the Women's Championship. One last time between these two women. So then there's no countouts, there's no excuses. It'll be a fight. So what is Awesome Kong's response about to be to that challenge from Shida? We're about to find out. Shida, we saw your defiant little rematch last week, and I can't help but notice you were too intimidated by the presence of Kong after what she did to you at Fight for the Fallen that you couldn't say it face to face, but that's fine because we're wasting no time. You hold something that rightfully belongs to us. We accept. But you really chose a no-holds-barred Falls Count Anywhere match against this beast. Are you stupid? You are going to be destroyed, broken limb from limb, and by the end of the night, you're not only going to no longer have your dear championship, you're also no longer going to have a career. Once you step in the ring with Kong again, it's over. And the show must go on after that blockbuster acceptance of a challenge by Brandy Rose on behalf of Awesome Kong. It will now be Shida against Kong in a no-holds-barred Falls Count Anywhere match at All Out for the AEW Women's Championship. And there's no doubt that's going to be an absolute banger. But right now it is time for more TNT Championship qualifying match action, where Chris Jericho is taking on the bad boy, Joey Janela. And my god, by the way, can we talk about how Brandy Rhodes defiantly just said that the next time Shida steps in the ring with Kong, it will not only be her championship reign that will be over, but her career will be over as well. I cannot wait to see that one in a number of weeks at All Out. But the question is, when it comes to the All Out pay-per-view, which one of these men is going to join Shida and Kong on that pay-per-view card? We're about to find out. He's a bad, bad boy. Here comes Joey Janela, baby. And now Chris Jericho gets geared up for another matchup, and so does Joey Janela. The stakes couldn't get any higher for these two gentlemen as this one gets underway. Jericho wasting no time with an enziguri here on Dynamite. And it's worth mentioning, by the way, as Chris Jericho coming in there with the clothesline and the Bulldog combination, but Jericho not really had a great time on Dynamite thus far in this new era of AEW Dynamite. I mean, he's maybe won, what, one match so far? At least since the roster reset anyway, and I think that was it was an interesting situation when Moxie and Omega weren't on the same page, and then Jericho and Sammy Guevara took advantage, and he won that tag match, of course, but I don't think he's won a singles match yet in this new era, so he really needs to get off to a good start here against the bad boy Joey Janela, but Janela not having any of it, and there's a suplex. And we talk about Chris Jericho, by the way, but what a springboard in the career this would be for Joey Janela if he could not only be a legend, a certified Hall of Famer like Chris Jericho, but then beat Chris Jericho and go on to win the TNT Championship at All Out in a couple of weeks. That would be colossal for the career of the bad boy, and he goes for that move right there, but it doesn't quite connect, and Jericho with an enziguri taking it down. Incredibly athletic maneuver right there from Joey Janela. He landed on his feet, but he still got caught by Y2J, the Painmaker, the former Le Champion, Jericho, and another counter by the ringing veteran. And look at this now, Jericho just wrenching down on Joey Janela's neck right there. We talk about what this would do for Joey Janela's career to beat Jericho and win the TNT Championship at All Out, but you look at Chris Jericho as well. I mean, he's still going strong in his career, as Joey Janela here with a German suplex, but when it comes to Chris Jericho, he still has a lot left to give in this wrestling business. I mean, every time you think he's slowing down, he turns up the gear and gets a little bit faster, and you know he's desperate to, as there's a sling blade, he's desperate to add the TNT Championship onto his long list of accolades. But it is much easier said than done. I mean, the man who wins here is going to have to go on to face 7 other men in a freaking ladder match at All Out in a couple weeks, which is just a whole different equation on its own. I mean, already qualified for that match, you got Hangman and Page, you got the Bastard Pack, and a myriad of other superstars to come as well, so it's certainly going to be a stacked field. I mean, you got Lance Archer in there as well, for God's sake. Don't forget about Lance Archer, the Murder Hawk monster Lance Archer. So yeah, I mean, it's certainly an interesting field. It's going to be a banger match, no doubt about it, if you're a viewer of this pay-per-view. But if you're a competitor, my God, I do not want to be in there if I'm a superstar, if I'm a wrestler. And now Joey Janela here going for something big. Hang on a second, look at this, the pile driver out of nowhere from Joey Janela, just spiked Chris Jericho. And now the bad boy going into another cover on Y2J. This is about to be it. No, he gets a 2 count, but so close, no cigar for Joey Janela, baby. And Janela needs to figure out a way to put away Chris Jericho, but one thing that people have proved to struggle with in the past, it's putting away Chris Jericho. I mean, he does not know the meaning of the word quit. He knows all the tricks in the book at this point, but Joey Janela learning a lot now. Michinoku driver. And now Joey Janela once again, high risk, no high reward. It's a counter by Jericho. He turns him around, and look at this, he's going to lift him up and slam him down on the knee. He slams him down on his knee right there, and Jericho, oh wait a second, he's looking to build the walls and break them down via the legs of Joey Janela. The walls are locked in. Are we going to see a tap out right here? But no, reversing the pressure and punching him in the face. A nice counter by Joey Janela, and he reverses it into a cover. Reverses it into a cover of his own. This is about to be the biggest upset in AEW. No. Oh my God, a spiked German suplex right there from Joey Janela. And Janela is feeling right now, looking to pick up his first piece of gold here in AEW as he delivers 2 forearms right there and a sling blade to top things off. And now, oh no, another counter there by Chris Jericho. Code break by Chris Jericho, and just like that, this one is gonna be done. Jericho baited him in, and he absolutely takes him out with a code breaker, and he connects with another one. That time, that one was personal. A double code breaker, busted Janela wide open. And now Chris Jericho going into the cover on Joey Janela. Aubrey was down for the count, and Y2J, Le Champion, former the Painmaker, is heading to the ladder match. It was a great match, don't get me wrong. Joey Janela, high risk but no high reward on this big maneuver right here, landing on his feet. We thought he recovered it, but in the end, he could not do it. This was a great maneuver right there, the counter into the pin, but in the end, Jericho, not many people kick out of that code breaker right there. And now Jericho, one member, the leader of the Inner Circle, has a date with Destiny in a couple weeks at All Out. He will be a part of that TNT Championship ladder match. Congratulations to the Painmaker. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our main event here on AEW Dynamite. Another TNT Championship qualifying match, but this one is arguably the biggest of them all thus far, because Pentagon Jr. is taking on a man who's making his AEW Dynamite debut, Christian Cage. And also, by the way, shout out to Rey Fenix. He had a great showing last week in the Battle Royal, the number one contenders Battle Royal, to determine who would face Kenny Omega at the All Out pay-per-view, but he unfortunately was eliminated in that matchup, and that means he is not going to be fighting for the AEW title at All Out, but it was a great showing for Rey Fenix. And now the question is, can his other half, Pentagon Jr., go on to defeat this man right here, Christian Cage, and head on to the TNT Championship match at All Out to represent the Lucha Bros? And look who it is. Christian Cage is here on AEW. In the main event, exactly where he belongs, Christian Cage's new motto is to outwork everyone. Will that motto become true, and will it begin here tonight on Dynamite in the main event against a man who has proven to outwork everyone in Pentagon Jr. across his career? There's no doubt about it. This is going to be an absolute banger, and the AEW fans are so happy to see Christian Cage here, but I'm sure they'd even be more happy if he can win this match and go on to fight for the TNT Championship at All Out and even win the title. What a month it would be for Captain Charisma. And Christian wasting no time, by the way, going straight after Pentagon Jr., going for these forearms right here, but a counter by Penta, and now he goes for the chop counter by Christian, and now Christian's gonna go for something right here. What is he thinking? A chop, oh, caught him on both sides of the head right there, and Christian now with the back suplex, nicely delivered. And now flipping him around right here, Christian Cage, a man who has the offensive innovation in his repertoire, a wrestling legend, a man who pretty much revolutionized the TLC match and has done a bunch of other things, a former world champion in his career as well, but he has never been TNT champion. The question is, how will Christian's AEW career go? This is the beginning. This is how we find out. This is how we get a good indicator of how things are going to go for Christian here on Dynamite as he gets going in this match against Pentagon Jr. Although right now he's not having a great show against Pentagon Jr., who is all kinds of riled up, and oh, double drop kick to the face. And Pentagon Jr. has been in control ever since the drop kick just moments ago through the top rope, or under the bottom rope I should say, but Christian Cage with a drop kick with his own right there, catching Penta flush as Rey Fenix anxiously watches on, supporting his brother. Nice forearm there by Penta. Oh, wait a minute, hang on a second, I almost botched the hell out of that, but I tell you what didn't get botched. Christian countering that powerbomb right there, nicely done. And now Christian with an elbow. What I was trying to say right there, as there's a Northern Light suplex beautifully delivered by Penta, what I was trying to say is Cero Miedo, of course, the classic catchphrase of the Lucha Brothers. And now Pentagon, hang on a second, what's he going for here? Spiking him, nicely done. Hang on a second, is Penta gonna qualify here for the TNT Championship ladder match? But no, he kicks out at one by Christian. Still got a lot left, in the tank. And one thing I will tell you, by the way, in this main event, as Penta delivers a nice move on the arm right there, joint manipulation by Pentagon. Look at that again, my god, snapped him. That might have dislocated Christian's shoulder right there. His career might be done already in AEW. But as I was saying, I mean, we mentioned that Christian has experience when it comes to ladders in the professional wrestling sphere, and it will definitely help him out when it comes to All Out if he makes it there for the TNT Championship match. But don't forget that the Lucha Bros have had a couple infamous ladder matches in their time in AEW so far. I'll never forget the one against the Young Bucks a number of years ago. Although now Christian's showing how he can fly. Hang on a second, looks like we're about to go airborne, ladies and gentlemen. Or perhaps not. Christian Cage opting out of the high-flying maneuver and deciding to go out to the side, out to ringside, and fight Pentagon instead face to face, but it doesn't really work out for him thus far. And now Pentagon Jr. here, big drop kick. Oh no, oh my god, did you hear the impact right there? He just landed straight on the ground. And now Christian slamming Penta into that ringside barricade, but with the way Penta came down right there, Pentagon slamming his face on the edge of the steps, I think, when he went for that drop kick from the top rope. I mean, if there's one positive to come out of that maneuver, even though it was incredibly bad for Penta in this matchup, it shows just how far Penta is willing to go just for a championship match. match here in AEW, and you gotta respect that. And now, hang on a second, look at this. Christian might be lining him up for that good old unprettier, the infamous finishing move of Christian Cage, but no, a counter by Penta, a counter by Penta, German suplex. Caught him absolutely flush, snapping Christian Cage right there with that German suplex, and now Penta looking to fly, but no, it was pretty, but it was quite unpretty in fact, because he didn't quite connect it, he didn't quite get any of it, and now Christian's gonna take advantage right here between these two veterans in the professional wrestling business, and he hits him with the backbreaker. And now Christian here, but no, another counter by Pentagon, another counter by Pentagon. Hang on a second, we're about to see the power driver, no, a counter, clothesline, taking his damn head off. But again, Pentagon managing to get a shoulder up and kick out right there, but man, that was close. Oh my god, and now both these men in a precarious position. What are you about to see here? Christian Cage is about to go for a massive superplex into the center of the ring. Massive superplex right there delivered to Pentagon, and now Christian, here we go, DDT reverse. And I think you know what he's doing now. He's lining him up for only one move, turning Pentagon around for the unprettier connects by Christian Cage. As Ref Aubrey goes down into the count, and Christian Cage is heading to All Out. Fully put intended when I say Christian flipped a switch right there. In 1 minute he was on the defensive, and then all of a sudden he snapped up, come back, and Christian is now heading to All Out to fight for that TNT title. And for those of you that may have thought Christian has lost it, I don't think he ever lost a step. You still got it, kid, and now you're fighting for a title at All Out. Congratulations and welcome to AEW Dynamite, Christian Cage. Christian now joins Pac, Hangman Adam Page, Lance Archer, and Chris Jericho. Still 3 more qualifiers to go.